Wrist check as we begin today's watch ramble. I am wearing the Zenith Defy Classic 41 millimeter open work dial, grade 5 titanium bracelet. It's an integrated watch. It is one of the most dynamic and beautiful and interesting and cool watches that I've purchased to date. It really is one of my favorites in the current rotation. But in today's watch ramble, I'd like to talk a little bit about the Seamaster Professional 300, the Seamaster 300, and in choosing between the two, some of the conundrums, I guess you could say, we find ourselves in as watch enthusiasts. Should I buy this watch? Should I buy that watch? What should I do? What would be the best first and possibly only luxury purchase, we should make? We're going to talk about that today. And this is a video for one of my viewers, for Steve. Great viewer, watching, has been watching my content for years now. Very nice comments he's left. And he came into an inheritance about 2 years ago, and he's been wanting to make his first luxury watch purchase, and quite possibly his only luxury watch purchase. And he wants to get it right. He doesn't want to second guess himself, buy the wrong watch, get buyer's remorse, especially when, in a sense, it's helping commemorate that individual that left him the inheritance. It's a sentimental watch that is going to be with him and be his daily driver for the rest of his life. So it's a big deal. And Steve, I'm going to try to help you make a good decision, but ultimately, you know the drill as a regular viewer. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what you think. It's your wrist, it's your money, it's your watch collection and rotation. So don't place too much value in my personal opinions. But that being said, Steve has been looking at the Seamaster Professional 300 meter diver with the polished zirconium dioxide laser engraved dial with the maxi markers, the skeleton hands, the polished ceramic bezel insert, the lyre style lugs, the helium release wart, the very awesome look of the Seamaster Professional 300. It's a great watch. Meta certified, very accurate, great presentation box, 5-year warranty. It's a watch that I've owned 2 different variations of this current generation. I've owned prior generations. In fact, my first luxury watch purchase was a Bond era Seamaster in the mid 90s, quartz. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was beyond excited about. So I have some experience with the Seamaster. But here's the thing. Steve is wondering if it's too blingy, if it's too shiny, if it's too gaudy. Will he enjoy it, 2 years down the road? Will he get a little bit of fatigue because he sold his Aquas because it was a little bit too shiny, too contemporary? It popped too much. It didn't fly under the radar enough. And so over the past couple years, Steve has really been, doing his research on what watch he should purchase, what would be a good purchase. And for a long time, he's thought it was the Seamaster Professional 300. But now he's having second thoughts. And I think that's totally natural, which has led him to look at the Seamaster Professional 300. They're very similarly named, but the Seamaster 300 is a very different watch. It's based off of the original professional diver that Omega unveiled in 1957. This is pre-lyre style lugs. You can see the angular lugs, the angular nature of the design, the big broad hour hand. You guys can see, just a lovely look that's very different stylistically from the professional 300 meter diver. And honestly, I have seen this watch in person. I have put it on wrist at my local authorized dealer, but I haven't spent extended time with it. I've not, got much footage or pictures of this new release, but it has my imagination. I would like to buy one at some point and experience it in the rotation on wrist, because I think it really has some compelling elements. Now, both watches are going to be accurate. They're going to be Meta certified. They're going to be anti-magnetic. They're going to have adjustable clasps, 5-year warranty, all of that stuff. They're going to be similar, but it kind of comes down to the nuances. What style do you prefer? I know we can be very logical in this hobby, X, Y, Z, A, B, C. There's a progression, there's a rhythm, there's a clear-cut answer for every question. But in my experience here, that's not been reality for me. I think there's nothing wrong in trying to be logical, but we don't want to suffer from overanalyzation. We need to go with emotion sometimes. Just put them up next to each other. Go to your authorized dealer, look at each one. Which one speaks to you? Which one gives you that, enthusiasm, that fire, that excitement? that is so fun within this hobby? Which one do you think you would enjoy the most over time? Which one helps you think of that individual that left you the inheritance? I think that maybe is more important than the logical aspect of, hey, which is the best value, this, that, and the other. Sometimes you just gotta, see them in person and try them out, and try not to listen to the logical side as much when the differences are fairly nuanced, if that makes sense. So the Seamaster 300, this one, obviously we have some matte textures here, aluminum bezel insert. It does have a loomed bezel, which I think is really great. Again, I like the sandwich construction here. I love that lollipop seconds hand. I really like the taper on the bracelet and the fact that the clasp is smaller. It still has the adjustability, but it's not massive like the non-tapering bracelet and clasp is on the Seamaster Professional 300-meter diver. I like some of the nuances personally of the Seamaster 300, including the movement. You do get the latest variation of the 8900 Metis caliber, which has the coaxial escapement. But more importantly, at least for me, it has that jumping hour feature, which I would take 11 times out of 10 over a quick set date. I know some of you disagree. You can come at me in the comments. I don't mind. But I think it's the most practical of the common complications for everyday use. The drawback with the 300 is there is no date complication here, which might not be a big deal to you, Steve, but if it's your everyday driver, I like to have a date on my everyday drivers. That is something to consider. It might be a mute point for you, but again, keep that in mind. Ultimately, again, at the end of the day, buy what you feel you would enjoy the most, what speaks to you the most, because I don't think you're going to make a wrong decision between the two. They're both awesome watches that are Grail level watches for many watch enthusiasts around the world. And I would be proud, to buy one and remember that loved one, that individual that left you the inheritance, Steve, and enjoy this as a daily driver for years to come, hopefully for the rest of your life in good health. So I would say go Seamaster 300 for the simple reason that you're already second guessing yourself with the Seamaster Professional 300-meter diver. And if you're doing that now, imagine how it's going to be 4 months from now, 6 months from now, 2 years from now. You want to make the right choice. And again, if you're not, it's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse if you have valid concerns about how you will enjoy it over time. So because of that, I say go Seamaster 300. Enjoy that watch. Let me know what you end up doing. If you go with a different brand, a different watch, keep me posted, Steve. I appreciate your contributions to the channel over the years, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please place in the comments what you would do. Would you go Seamaster Professional 300-meter diver? Would you go Seamaster 300, the retro goodness of that original kind of iconic design from the 1950s? Would you go with a different brand? Would you go with a different model? And have you been in watch conundrums yourself where you're second guessing yourself after some homework, after some research, after some analyzation? And what did you do? Did you get buyer's remorse? Did you make the right decision? Was that concern? Did it become a non-starter in the future if you pulled the trigger? Put your comments, put your experiences in the comment section. Thanks for watching today, guys. I appreciate it. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time.